Welcome to the Firearms Insider Gun and Gear Review Podcast, episode 248. On this show, we showcase gun reviews, gear, and anything else the gun enthusiast may be looking for. We strive to evaluate products from an unbiased and honest perspective. I'm your host, Chad Wallace from the Firearms Radio Network, your source for broadcasts for shooters, hunters, and all things firearms related. In this show, we'll be discussing the Guntec 9mm Micro Comp, Remington's TAC 13, and a Super Mag extension. Tonight on the podcast, we have the usual Zane, Rob, and Tony. And so what did you guys do in firearms?
I went to the range with some friends of mine. Some friends of mine called me and wanted to go shoot. They know I have a range, so I was like, all right. So I went out there with them, and we literally just shot for fun, which is not something I normally do. Shooting's always fun, but usually I'm running drills or something like that. But we were just basically turning money into noise, and shot some stuff I normally wouldn't shoot. Like got my hands on a PC9 carbine from Ruger, which again I don't really think is an awesome gun, but it was awesome to shoot. It's a lot of fun. So just weird stuff like that I normally wouldn't shoot that these guys have. Shot a little bit of that, and I did something else, but I forgot what it was already, so it couldn't have been that much fun.
It couldn't have been that much fun. I see how you are. Well, what about you? Let's see.
Clays. Rob? That's what we did. We shot some clays. And I'm like, I am not a wing shooter. I shot like 4 clays.
You can't use reduced recoil. You got to use the full thing.
Sure you can. If you use number 7 shot.
Yeah, they don't sell reduced recoil number 7 shot.
Or 8.
It's all reduced at that point. But yeah, I just don't care anything about shooting clay. So I shot like 4. Actually, let me rephrase. I shot at like 4. I shot like 2. And I'm like, yeah, I'm done with this. It's just not a fun. I know some people love, sporting clays or trap or skeet or whatever.
You suck at it, so you don't want to play anymore.
Well, no, I mean,
you shot it 4. Yeah, you suck. You shot it 4. You hit 2, and then you quit. Yeah, you suck at it.
That's not bad considering I never shoot it. But
Zane,
if I wanted,
you suck at it, dude. Get real.
I'm just gonna tell you, Zane. I like doing it, but you should do it more. But do it with your defense shotgun, because you never know. Sometimes people run fast, so shooting moving targets is always a good thing.
Oh yeah. Yes. Oh, definitely do that with your. No, definitely do that with your home defense. Sean and I were actually talking about that today. It's all I use. That gets you reps in.
It's got an 18-inch barrel and it's got a cylinder choke, so I got a better chance of hitting stuff.
You can do it. I mean, years ago, I was using a Benelli M2, and I shot like 17 out of 25 or something.
No, I've shot at clays with a the Persuader with the pistol grip only shotgun, just for funsies. But yeah, I just never got into it. I've gone to actual skeet and trap ranges, but it's not fun.
Right.
To me, it's like playing golf. I'll go if everybody else is going. I'd rather just sit in the cart and drink beer.
Yeah, it's golf. I mean, it is
the golf of the firearms world.
Somebody ruined a perfectly good rifle range with golf.
But I mean, I feel like sporting clays or skeet or trap, whichever game you're playing. I feel like it's the golf of the shooting world.
Whatever. I can see that.
That's your thing,
I can see what you're talking about.
If that's your thing,
yeah. Zane sucked at it. He don't want to play anymore.
Oh yeah, I've shot like twice ever. I'm very terrible at it.
Yeah. Okay. Rob probably is working his butt off, so he probably didn't do anything.
Oh, where'd he go?
Well, no, I mean, I was going to register to take a training class to fulfill a New Year's goal, but I figured, I could better spend the money on a 10th lower for an AR build, or I know the next Gen 6 block to come out. Hey, I know, a pair of pearl handle grips with Pegasus emblazoned on it from 1911, or another SIG that can be recalled. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, listen to the second Is for Everyone Diversity podcast that Tony just recorded last week.
Oh.
So I went ahead and I registered for some class that some dinkus named Pinkus is having in Florida in November.
Awesome. That's pretty cool. Oh, that was funny.
that was funny because I had just listened to that episode of the diversity podcast literally today.
It's going to be an interesting class because it's going to have, I think it's the Sentinel Concepts. I think it's going to be Rob Pincus and Tatiana Whitlock are supposed to be teaching it.
Whoa.
No.
That's Steve Fisher.
That's Steve Fisher.
Yeah, that's November. And it's Pistol, yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
I don't think those guys' teaching styles are very, very different.
Oh, God, that would be great.
I don't even know who they are. I've never met him, so I don't give a shizzle.
Okay, let's see. Send hate mail to diversitydispute at
Rob Pincus. I'm gonna have her class Rob Pincus and Whitlock.
I hope Steve Fisher doesn't hear this because he might kill you when you get to the class.
Oh, that is funny. Oh God, that's funny.
No, it'll be one of those where everybody else gets the easy thing. Rob, you're going back to the 50-yard line.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm also in that class. Obviously, you knew that though. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah. Oh, tell Rob Pincus I said hi.
I thought that was never mind. Fuck it.
Don't worry about it, bro.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Hopefully, I talked over it.
No, we were laughing too hard.
All right, my bad. And I, when it comes to a lot of these big trainers, some of them can be complete yahoos. James Jaeger. I'm sorry, but
man, he's just full of hate tonight.
I know he is.
Haterade
started.
Well, I met James Jaeger. Every time I meet him, he's really nice and a pleasant guy. But yeah, I've heard people say that before about him.
He's an internet personality, is what he is.
What do you think we are?
Yeah.
Well, no, you see the difference. The person you're talking tonight is the same person you meet on the streets. The James Jaeger talking on the internet on his YouTube channel is different than James Jaeger will meet on the streets.
Does he have a YouTube channel? I thought he got pulled.
No, he has another YouTube channel. Yeah, he has one. I'm subscribed to it. Yep, I watch the White Voter. So
the what?
Nothing. If you didn't catch it, rewind it.
Oh, jeez, that's hysterical.
No, I really do like James as a person, but sometimes.
Hey, Tony.
I'll say this right. Sometimes some of the things James does that people either talk about or take pictures of and put on the internet with no reference gets looked at as bat crap crazy with no explanation. And some stuff is a little strange and whatever. I don't need to explain him. What's up?
What'd you do?
So I shot in a shooting competition for the military collector, New Jersey Military Collectors Club. And it was the end of the Evil Empire shoot, so it was all Russian comm block stuff. They had different matches set up for different kind of rifles. So I bought my SKS in the Matador arm Sabertooth with a red dot. And I'd swapped out the red dot that I had on it from Hollow Sun and put that on my new build, my AR build. So I put the Bushnell TRS 25 on. And it's 100 yards. I show up and I have to zero it at the event. So I zero the thing and I shoot. And there's only me and another guy with a scoped or optic on the SKS. And we're in the designated marksman role. And I'm like, all right, it's just two of us. Well, the guy goes, man, my thing won't maintain zero. So I'm not even turning in a target. I'm like, Tony getting a trophy today, baby. Tony getting a trophy today.
This ought to be good.
Mm-hmm. I was like, I'll just keep shooting though, because I want to win this. So I zero it, I get it in, I get it sort of cool, and of course I'll do a review on this optic later. Let's just say if it continues to do what it do, it ain't gonna be a 10. 10-star review.
Won't even make a 7.
What optic was it again?
It's the TRS 25 from Bushnell.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the Holliston. I was like,
oh. No. The Holliston's fine.
Gotcha.
So anyway, I'm shooting this thing, and I'm like, all right, cool. Boom. We turn it. And there's guys with all kinds of stuff. There's a guy with, what is it called? A Romanian PSL, which is Romania's kind of take on the Dragunov. And if you know what I'm talking about, you know it's not a Dragunov, but whatever. It's a sniper's rifle.
You gonna make the AK people mad.
And your point is, I got one of them sitting in my closet, brother.
Well, it's not a Dragunov. It is an AK.
No. Dragunov's a true Dragunov's like way more than a PSL.
Well, a Dragunov is a Dragunov, and a PSL is a
PSL
AK. Yeah. So, well, they had a sniper's thing too, and you shoot one round on the sniper at 100 yards, one round, and that's your target. That's your entire match. Well, I'm thinking homeboy next to me, that's what he's shooting. Oh, no. He's shooting designated marksman with a freaking PSL. So needless to say, he went home with a freaking trophy because he was using, in essence, a sniper's rifle to shoot a 100-yard target 10 times in 2 minutes. So the cool thing about Matador Arms, because I think it's a 3 or 4 power optic on that thing, right? It's not a variable optic. It's a fixed optic.
Oh, on the PSL?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's probably like a 3.5 or 4 or something.
Well,
yeah.
Matador Arms sells an optic rail for their Sabertooth. Tony's going to compete again at the next one, and I'm going to have a variable 3 to 9 or some crap on there, and I'm leaving with a trophy.
Yeah, for that one, do you have to use com block scopes, or can you use whatever you want for optics?
I can use whatever I want for an optic.
Okay, you got some of them where they want you to use the same.
So, dear Vortex. Dear Vortex.
Gimme.
Her brother needs a win.
Nice. I like it, Tony. I like it. Well, I'm sorry you didn't win, Tony, but
it was a lot of fun, though.
That's just life.
Oh, and another thing, they had a pistol division. So I figured, hey, no better block built pistol than the CZ75, right?
It was disqualified because it's too new.
It was disqualified, no, because this one was built in 1990, so the Iron Curtain was still up. It was not issued in Czechoslovakia, so it didn't freaking count.
Oh man!
And yes, if you're wondering, I smoked everybody with their little Makarovs, and I just smoked them on the score. 50 feet standing, one-handed. I smoked them all.
No wonder they disqualified you. Had you shot bad, they would have been like, yeah, no big deal. Yeah. Well, in that case, I actually got to the range for like a few minutes. Put about 150 rounds through that Holo Sun 507. So far, I'm really liking it. I can actually, my follow-up shots are faster. I don't have any trouble finding the dot or the circle dot or whatever it is. But there's that. I got some products in from Workshop. They're knife sharpeners, but I figured we do knife reviews and stuff. This is their little handheld one, but they sent me one of their Ken Onion like power tool ones with different belts and stuff. And like I was telling Tony, that's why I had my knife out. I was sharpened everything in the house, I think, so I can actually cut fruit and meat and all that stuff with the kitchen knives now. So that review will be coming eventually, but it's a pretty cool product. Doesn't cost a fortune, and that's always nice. They sent the little hand sharpener one too. I didn't really use it because I had the other one hooked up. That's about all I did in guns, firearms, etc. So episode 250 is our listener question show. Send your questions in. I don't care how you send them in, just send them in somehow. We do have a few questions out there, so but we always want more so we can sort through them and not have to answer ones that Zane sends in under some faux name or something.
You want to do a teaser?
I have not done that.
You want to answer? You want to? I got to answer to a teaser question just in case anybody's asking.
Okay.
We don't think Zane is gay because he uses reduced recoil rounds.
Oh, I didn't see that question yet.
Oh, that was established a long time ago.
No, I said we do not believe he's gay, but if he is, there's nothing wrong with that.
Right, and I saw his meme.
You guys are so sweet.
I did see his meme about walking with some girl talking about taxation as theft. So,
okay, well, I might have to take that back. You're walking with a girl and you're talking about that. Okay, we don't have to talk.
Yeah, exactly.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Zane.
You got to make sure they stay woke.
Yeah.
Oh.
We're going to talk about something called games, Zane, after this is over with. I'm going to have to explain it to you.
Explain it to you.
You might need to explain the birds and the bees to him, too.
But here's the thing. It's pretty darn sad because I've been with my wife 13 years. I'm going to have to Google game to find out what it is because I'm totally out of practice.
Our bandwidth sponsor is Patriot Patch Co. They're doing cool stuff as usual. Go join the Patch of the Month Club because it is just awesome. And this one was the Ghost Gun. I don't know what next month's is. They have patches for pre-order, which are all the World War II ones, plus the service animal ones. So go order those because they're cool too. We also have a Guntec USA affiliate link. If you want to use it, it is also, I set it up just because they've been good to us. In fact, I'm doing another one of their product reviews. So I figured, hey, if you guys want to buy their stuff, go through us and we can make like $1 on something maybe, and we can put it back into the show to make it better. If you're shopping Amazon, you can also use the firearmsradio.tv/Amazon affiliate link. And if you are shopping the Black Bag Resources and want to give stuff to Tony's Diversity Shoot, use the code 2A4E at checkout. You know how that works. And I guess it is now time for Rob to say something.
Something. Sorry. The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are those of the individual co-hosts and do not reflect the official policy or position of the Firearms Radio Network and or their employers. Viewer discretion is advised. This is especially true on live shows. And now, oh my God, we got a review tonight. Yeah.
This is
about this Guntec mini compensator.
This thing is a short review, and I mean short.
And it's not because we're talking about the mini comp, right?
No, it is an actual short review because, I mean, it's a little mini 9mm compensator.
It's a compensator.
Right. Let's see. Like I just said a few minutes ago, they've been pretty good to us. They sent me this when they sent the bolt. They said, yeah, just pick whichever one. And I like the micro comps, and thought it would be kind of cool. One of the reasons I went with it because they're smaller. It's on a 16-inch gun, so smaller sometimes is better. At 2 5/8 inches long, it's not huge. Probably not something you'd want to pin on and weld. It has an outside diameter of 0.95 inches thereabouts. And as some people know, but not everybody, if you're shooting a 16-inch 9mm carbine, pretty much all of the powder is burned up, so you're not going to get much, if any, flash, so to speak. You're still going to get the powder pressure. So I personally don't feel a large compensator is as efficient as a little one with this particular long-barreled carbine. Plus, I kind of like the looks of the little mini comps. Even though it is called a compensator, it's actually it's more of a hybrid brake compensator, as most of them are. The compensator portion, it's got 3 holes that face upward somewhere around here. In case you're watching the video that they said you can't see and is messed up, it's got 3 ports on the top to vent gases up and push the barrel down. And then you got the brake part, which is this huge rectangular hole, or on each side is pretty much bored all the way through, and that is meant to divert gas to the side and reduce recoil. Seems to function like it's supposed to. Of course, the disadvantage to this thing is it is loud as most compensators are. Muzzle blast is going to be louder. So if you're in the indoor range, make sure and shoot next to Tony because he likes that sound because he'll just break out something that's just as obnoxious.
Yes, I will. Yeah, those are called hate you holes on the side of that thing. That's what those are.
I like that name. I could tell a huge difference with this little comp over this particular rifle came with an A1 style flash hider for 9mm. Right? No, it was an A1.
Oh, open at the bottom?
Open at the bottom. Which basically does nothing for compensation or anything. It's literally a muzzle flash hider. You could control the target way faster. I didn't put it on a timer, but that's typical of me. Felt recoil seemed about the same on my shoulder. I mean, come on, it's a 9mm carbine, so felt recoil is not a lot anyway. I do have a red dot on the pistol caliber carbine that it is on, and it was easier to find the target shot after shot, so that the compensator part helps. Helps you stay on target better depending on the target size and distance. I mean, it would still move. I don't use an over the hand grip like some people, though that will reduce it a little more. When I do that, I just can't get to it. I just can't. So all in all, it worked fairly well. This particular comp is threaded half 36, not the half 28. My barrel was threaded half 36, so of course I needed one of those. A lot of the ones nowadays use a half 28. A lot of the stuff that Guntec makes for 9mm stuff is half 36, but they do have some in half 28, just not the mini comp.
My barrel's half 28.
Right, and typically a lot of them are. They make. I was looking, and they have some of their regular like 2-port comps and stuff like that for half 28 barrels, just not the mini comp. Did I like it? Yes. Do I think there's more efficient ones on the market? Probably. But Guntec did a good job with it, and the retail price on this is $39.95, so it's got a good price. Guntec, like I said, they've been good to us. Some of their stuff, I know, like Zane doesn't like the shims on their handguards, but that's irrelevant to this. Some people don't mind them, but they make decent stuff.
Oh, it's not that I don't like the shims on the handguard. It work. The handguard works fine. Right. It is just a pain in the rear to get it timed properly.
and that's where they do. The funny part is they make a clamp on one, which is a lot easier because you don't have to time it.
But, well, I'm going to talk about that in a future episode when I go over my build. So.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So the Firearms Insider 8 key points: claim to fame, micro compensator for 9mm carbines, target market, those wanting a smaller, effective compensator muzzle brake for 9mm carbines. Features and benefits: it's a multi-port compensator, micro design, 3 top porting holes, reduce muzzle climb, side slot cut reduces pressure during rapid fire, and it is made of all steel. It has the half 36 thread, 2 5/8 long, 0.94 something diameter, depending on where I measure it. It does come with a crush washer, and it is made in the USA. Basically, there aren't any other options available in this particular break. They make various other ones, though. And so we're down to the price point. I already mentioned it's $39.95. Pretty much every place that sells it that I could find sells it for the same price. So if you need one, go to Guntec. Our rating, the pros, the small size, it is effective. The price, it is made in the USA. The cons, of course, it is loud, and you can't get this particular one in half 28. So I gave it a score of 7.5, which is good. That's about it.
That seems like a really good price. That's
the thing is,
are 9mm comps quite a bit cheaper than like 5.56 comps, or is that a really good price?
I think that's a decent price, and I think being made in house, they don't have. It's not like a lot of companies have them made from other places,
right?
And so they have to mark it up and stuff. And I think since they make them in house, it's kind of like, Manticore Arms. Their stuff's reasonable on their muzzle devices and stuff for I think the same reason.
Right.
Right.
And some of their other stuff I was looking at, there's like $49.95 for like 9mm comps. They have a bunch of them and the prices are decent. And that's like,
I've been thinking about trying one. The only problem is with my tiny barrel, I would probably have to run it upside down, honestly, because there's so much mass going forward with the recoil. I'm
getting pushed down.
I'm pushing the barrel down because there's no mass out front because I don't have a 6-inch barrel. I have a 4-inch barrel.
Or even a 10 or something, yeah.
I'm thinking about getting one and timing it upside down to see if that, see if that would help with that. Because I'm about to put a heavier buffer in the thing, too. So that's going to make it even worse.
Yes, it will.
I was going to ask you, did you find it pushing you down off target, or did it just maintain that flat horizontal?
With this one?
Yeah.
I would say for me, it would go up just a hair, just a little bit. Not like flat, but more little bit of muzzle rise, but not much.
But you're not dipping. Okay. You're not dipping as the bolt goes back forward.
No, I am not.
Okay. And you're running a standard. And you're running a standard weight buffer, correct?
Right, but it is one of their. It is a heavy bolt. It has that.
Yeah.
Right, but I'm probably, like Tony said, and you said, I'm probably going to stick a heavier buffer in it. I just haven't got around to it yet. I'm gonna screw with some stuff on it because I'm going to make a heavy buffer, and I just haven't got around to it.
Yeah, I'm going to throw a heavier one in mine to try to extend the time between cleaning.
Yes.
Because I don't like cleaning guns. And I'm thinking if it stays closed just a wee bit longer, I'll get less crap in the...
And straight blowback, as we know, is just harsh on dirt. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh. Well,
this thing can make a really interesting quick detach mount for a silencer.
I guess.
I don't think there's no silencers that have fitted. This is just a design of the brake. But the first time I saw this, I said, this kind of looks like the QD mount that SIG uses. Or it reminded me of the QD mount that SIG uses.
Right, because like if the back, instead of being smaller with the flat, was larger with the quick connect, but that whole thing, I can see where you're going. I mean,
the only thing you got to be careful, like you said. I've never seen something in that. Was it the 1/2x36?
It used to before the all the Glock ones, all the Glock conversions. 1/36 used to be really standard with the what are they, the Colt style.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
and want people putting 5.56 muzzle devices on.
Right.
The most logical reason I've heard is so you don't drop a AR-15 brake on it.
And that's
the one I got for my SIG MPX is was it 13.5 left hand thread?
Right, because it's
13.5 left hand or some crazy crap like that. The Germans,
silly Europeans.
Yeah. Daggum Germans.
So like my barrel is 1/2 threaded, and there was like this huge tag over the threads, and like you have to like remove this tag to even get anything to go on the threads, and it's like, do not use 22 caliber, and it's like in big like you will it will only work once.
It'll work, but you will let the results.
And like it was a huge it was a big thing.
And there are people take that off there, drop a 1/2x28, 223, 5.56 muzzle brake out there, go bango. Oh crap!
Somebody's about to have a Warner Brothers moment.
Yeah.
Sucker's gonna look like a banana.
You're gonna prove that you can actually peel a barrel like a banana.
That's right. Well, now we're into the product spotlight and discussion.
Right.
First up is the new Remington V3 TAC 13 with an MSRP of $915.
Oh dear God.
Yes.
But what this is what I don't understand why they just didn't introduce first. It is your firearm. I'm quotation marks there. Except it is semi-auto instead of a pump. It still has a bird's head pistol grip. It has a hand strap on the front under the front handguard area to help hold it down or hold it back, whichever you want to do. It's running their aluminum receiver.
It's to help keep your hand from getting in front of the muzzle.
Well, that too.
Whatever.
It has a 13-inch. It says light contour barrel, which to me just is a 13-inch barrel. But hey, whatever. It says reliable feeding through their gas system, optimized to run common light field loads and full power buck and slugs, and anything in between, which I guess is to be seen. Because it uses the VersaPort gas system that's self-regulating, it does have lower recoil than some of the other style shotguns. It is 12 gauge, does not have chokes, it looks like. It just has a cylinder bore barrel, a bead sight. Excuse me. Overall length is 26.5 inches. There is no length of pull. There is nothing. The only problem I see with this particular gun is the name on the side of the receiver. Next. Other than that, I actually like it. It's a good looking. It looks like it also has like a little section of pick rail on the side, right behind the muzzle. They don't really have much information on it besides what I told you. But on the other hand, it's way better looking than the pump ones. And if it works consistently, here's what I forgot to tell you. It's a 5+1 capacity. So it holds a full 5 rounds, which is pretty darn good for what it is.
Yeah. I hate to just beat up on companies. That's not true.
No, not true at all, you liar.
That's not true at all. It's a post-freedom group Remington gun.
That's the only problem I have.
So
with it.
I have no desire. If I wanted a Remington, I want one from 20 years ago. I don't want one made today, and that's a shame that it's come to that. And I'm not the only person who feels that way. I think,
if I was looking at one of these, I might still buy one of these, even in the Remington of today.
I'll go ahead and say it. Black Aces Tactical's coming out with their version, and it's going to be half the MSRP of the Remington.
Well, didn't I heard rumors that Black Aces helped with the design of the Remington one?
How do you need to help with a design of a pistol grip on your own dang shotgun with the barrel cut down to 13 inches? How do you need what they dropped hacksaw blades off?
I guess maybe they drilled the gas port out for him so it would work with the shorter barrel. I don't know.
This costs $915.
Yeah.
The MSRP is what, 500? 504 for a Mossberg Shockwave.
But it's a pump.
But it's a pump.
A pump. I can't rack it for $400. I don't know, man.
I think these are pretty much novelties if you don't put a folding brace on them.
I'm looking at this about the only way you could probably shoot this thing without breaking your wrist to be if you're Zane and you use reduced recoil 12 gauge.
No, it's not that.
The bird's head grips are actually much, much, much easier to shoot than a legit pistol grip. It doesn't put the recoil into your wrist. But I love how I was reading one review on it, and the guy, I can't remember who it was, one of the big name articles, and dude was like, the gun is not designed to be fired in the eye line. But I'm like, but they put a bead sight on it. So I'm like, so
okay. Let me go ahead and say this because I'm getting a little tired of it. This is a specialty niche item if used correctly. I'm thinking maybe breaching, but it's not the home defense. The answer to home defense shotgun that they're pushing because that's ridiculous.
No, and I mean, could you put a laser on it? And then yes, you could, but
you know what would work out a whole lot better?
Having a stock on the
stock.
Yeah.
So if you use, because I'm on VanComp's Instagram page right now, and VanComp has
they make some nice stuff, don't they?
Well, they have a picture of a TAC-14 with an SB tactical stabilizing brace on it.
That makes sense.
That makes sense. Now you have a shotgun with a 13-inch barrel on it. Excuse me. Now you have a firearm that fires shotgun shells.
You could misuse if you like, and
that you could misuse and put on your shoulder. But now you have it with no federal tax stamp that you can purchase this one. I heard Black Aces Tactical that was coming out with their own version on TGC News today. That's going to be a semi-auto Remington.
So you could firearm. You could also, I'm assuming, being this is semi-auto and it uses, I'm assuming, the standard Remington 1187 action. I'm guessing it's the 1187 receiver and everything. So you could even put like a +2 on it, and I mean, you're going to get a little more length, but I mean, at that point, with, like you say, an FB tactical brace and maybe a couple more rounds of ammo, now you're looking at a formidable semi-automatic home defense gun. But at the same time, it still is a post-Freedom Group Remington. If I was going to get one of these, I would probably wait for someone else to do it. Either Mossberg or Black Aces, now, or get a VanComp. I mean,
now the cool thing about this is that it has the crossbolt safety, and the Mossberg won't. They'll have their Tang safety, which if Mossberg comes out with a semi-automatic version of this, which I guess would be their 930,
probably.
But if you put a brace on it, that safety on the Tang is not really going to work out like you
correct.
Want.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing is, even anything pistol grippy, like when you start talking about pistol grip stocks or pistol grip braces,
doesn't work on the Mossberg.
It doesn't work on but it doesn't really work on anything because you can't get to the action bars as well either. If you needed to do some weird, not the action bars, the action release, slide
release, whatever.
So that's why I'm not a fan of pistol grips on shotguns. Period. But it definitely isn't going to work out very well for you with the Tang safety on a Mossberg. I don't know. I've never got into these like firearm. I like anything that's like the middle finger to the ATF. Don't get me wrong.
Yep.
I just, have never got into this particular thing because it just doesn't feel a role that I have.
For the money dude, that's a lot of money for something that I'd have to add more money to get it to be what I need. Like for me to buy the semi-automatic version, the pump versions are what, in the mid $3s now?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Brownells had them. I think Brownells had them on sale the other day for like $3 even. I want to say. I could be wrong on that though.
So if I owned everything else I could think of, if I already owned everything else I could think of and had $300 burning a hole in my pocket, I may get one just again for the FU to the ATF. Especially if you can throw the brace on it. This price, I don't trust Freedom Group. I don't trust that you'll get a decent product.
Nope.
Sorry.
And
it sucks.
Yeah, it does, because Remington used to make some very quality firearms.
I want to get a police Magnum. All right. 870. I don't trust them, so I'll have to find an old police Magnum. I'll have to wait till some, PD decides to go for ARs and gets rid of all their shotguns because that's the thing to do now. And hopefully I get a good deal.
I'd love like one of the old
60s, 70s.
Yeah, like wood stocked 14-inch SBS. Like that would be awesome.
Well, I can't have that, but yeah, we know what I mean.
Yeah. I do like the fact that they put the strap on the handguard. That was that was good thinking, because like with the pump, they didn't have it on there, but you have to pump it before you can fire again. With a semi-auto, when that thing jumps out of your hand and your hand goes forward to the muzzle,
bye fingers.
Now we have an issue. So
well, understand it only blows off the weak fingers.
It's true.
I like my 10 fingers. I don't want to lose them, Tony.
If you guys go, it's just a port side hand. If you go to Remington's website and watch this guy try to shoot this semi-automatic firearm with no stock, with a red dot that has a cylinder height above bore of like 18 inches.
Like he's shooting it under nods or something.
This is the most ridiculous thing. I'm like, that doesn't even look right. Like in your commercials.
Yeah,
like you can't even make this look legit. Talking about low recoil, and he's fighting it. He is fighting it like nobody's business.
Yep.
And what is the other one? Oh, and just continually talking about how this is like compact personal defense. I heard someone say this was called witness protection models. That's what a bird head's grip actually came from. When you needed a bunch of firepower in the 70s when they were doing witness protection, in a hotel room that nobody that worked there could see that you had. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, at the hotel room distance, if somebody comes in to take out the witness, you have a butt ton of power in a shotgun for that close range.
Then in the 80s, they switched to MP5s, and that was the end of that.
But I'm just saying, back in the 70s, this is what they had. They had this, or they had an M1 carbine that they had cut down. Remember, they called it the Enforcer, and it had like a 10-inch barrel on an M1 carbine with a pistol grip. That's nothing news in the firearms world. This is the same stuff being rotated again. And when you use it in those small parameters, they'll work. But there are better options for home defense.
Yeah. Well, next up on our option list, I put this in here just because I want one. Taylor, yeah. Why would you not want one?
Who don't want one?
Taylor Freelance is starting to make a +20 Glock mag extension for 9mm 40, basically for your pistol caliber carbines, so you can get 51 rounds in a magazine. MSRP is going to be $69.99. Comes in 3 colors. Right now, they only show uncolored version, but basically you get like black, red, or blue or something. I don't know. But it's silver. It's $69.99 if I didn't mention it, which, considering it's machined aluminum and it's a +20 base pad, is not a terrible price for what you're getting. Now, I don't know.
I couldn't find this anywhere on the website. Is this only available for the Happy Sticks, or is this, or can you run this on 17 mags also?
According to this, it says not available till October 25th.
Right. It is unavailable. It's pre-order. And the information I could find, even on like the Firearms blog or other places I looked, didn't really say much. It's basically, they say,
because it has its own. Obviously, it comes with a new spring because
it's
obviously. So I'm just curious. They kept talking about how easy it was to take apart for cleaning, which starts setting off alarm bells in my head. I don't want my base plate easy to take off, because that means. But I watched some of the torture testing on it, and it seemed pretty tough.
Well, the other thing I
want to talk about. Well, the other thing I want to say about that is, why does it need to be? Has anybody ever cleaned a magazine? Like, do people do that? Is that people take their mags apart and clean them?
Only when I drop them in the ground, they get all muddy and crappy and disgusting and nasty.
The magazines that I clean, the only ones I clean, and I've cleaned them once. No, is my full auto 22 conversion magazines.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna say,
Well, when I had my Beretta 92, I would take the magazines apart just to oil them down because they were metal and not plastic.
Yeah, no.
But by the sounds of it, it says easy cleaning without taking the mag apart. So I'm guessing it has like a standard kind of maybe base pad on it.
Yeah, no, I watched the video. You take it apart almost just like a Glock mag, except there's no tabs. You literally just punch the center, in the bottom. You punch the center out and then slide it off. And there's no tabs.
Right.
So I'm like, but I mean, they were throwing it off 2-story buildings and doing pull-ups from it and stuff. So
and I've heard of Taylor Freelance. It's not like they're a new company.
Washington, no wonder why.
They make good stuff. They have for quite a while. It's just kind of one of those things. I saw this and I was like, that's pretty sweet, because I don't know of many people that make a plus 20. And
Chad just, I guess, and said, "Man, I need to go to Portland next week. I'll need this to help protect myself."
Well, so you've watched the news, huh?
Yeah, well, maybe 1 or 2 episodes of the news.
No politics.
The other thing is, so it's $69.99 is the MSRP, right?
Yep.
A Glock Happy Stick is what, $30?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So you're $100. You're $100 into this mag.
Same. You're 69, $70. You covered the price of the regular magazine, right? A regular magazine for a Glock plus.
Well, I think it's only available for Happy Sticks because it comes with a new spring. So I don't think they're going to be offering
and that's the thing is why would you put a plus 20 on a 15-round magazine?
Exactly. Yeah. So I guess like if you're shooting a competition that has unlimited mag size,
and that's probably what it's
go
geared
for it.
For. Yeah.
But I'm just thinking for $100, I can buy like
a lot of magazines.
10 Glock.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Hell, you can get 3 of the Glock 30-round magazines for that price.
Yeah.
I think
I'm looking at it this way.
They're advertising it with the sword grip. I thought was kind of like.
Well,
I was like, oh, that's cute.
Yeah, that's the only thing that I was kind of like,
This looks like it's made out of metal, right?
Yeah, it's aluminum.
Yeah, it's machined aluminum.
It would be a legit magazine that you could probably just beat the crap out of somebody if you ran out of 50 rounds of ammunition.
I mean, in their video
sucks so bad.
In their video, the dude was doing pull-ups on it. So I mean, it's apparently strong.
The other thing I can say is, I don't know if you've ran into this, Zane, but when you eject a magazine on a PCC, a lot of times, since it's not dropping straight out, it's got that curve.
It doesn't want to drop free.
Right.
Yeah.
And having
this extra weight might
help it. I mean, it probably is, because it's going to be a lot of extra weight, because it's a chunk of aluminum that's 6 inches high or whatever it is. So, yeah.
It's, I was kind of joking earlier when I said who don't want one. I kind of don't. I mean, I want one, but I don't want one for $70.
Right.
To be honest with you, I wanted it until I saw the price tag. Then I said, forget it.
I kind of want one just because.
Okay, well, that's enough reason.
It's like having a drum magazine. You want one just because.
Oh, I got one of those.
Yeah.
Now, if like I had an SOT and had like an auto sear for like a Glock 17. Okay,
oh yeah.
Now I want one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. See.
No, then you want to see if anybody makes the belt fed 9mm fittings for a Glock, but no.
Right.
My only thing about this is I don't think it's going to work the same way as my drum does, but I've got a drum for the Glock, and whenever I rest the pistol on the drum, like if you're shooting a rifle and you're trying to steady it on the drum, it jams up every single round. If you're holding it up, you're fine. As soon as you rest it, forget it.
Who makes that drum?
It's one of those Korean ones.
I thought it was going to be X something systems or whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
who doesn't think Americans should own guns or something stupid? X products. I look at it this way. It's cool if you already own the mag, so I wouldn't include that. It's not as if somebody goes, you know what? Because of this magazine, I'm going to go buy and build a PCC and equip it with Glock mags. So more than likely, the person already has happy sticks. I guess if you're sponsored by somebody, it's worth it if somebody else is paying the bill for this, or if you're making money. If you win and cutting out a reload,
or if you have an auto sear.
If it's it's rigged. It's basically set for competition shooters.
Oh, yeah. This is for a competition shooter
and people with SOTs that have a Glock 18.
It does not look like fun to load though. Like I'm trying to load a 51.
No, what you do is when you're watching TV, you just load the magazines while you're watching TV, and then put it off to the side to go to the competition.
You get one of those pump loaders, like I reviewed a while back.
That's from American Speed Loaders.
And
you got the American Speed Loader. I used it this weekend. That thing looks awesome for the Glock magazine.
There you go. Okay, so which one of you guys wants to read the listener feedback?
It's a kid. I can't read it.
It's not focusing on Mike's screen.
So. Yeah.
You guys in your small screen. I guess
can't read it.
It's cutting off like the last 4 words at the end.
Okay.
Last 4 words. This is great.
Oh,
this is from GT Bass Guy, 5 stars. I'm guessing this is Apple, right?
You sure it's not GT Bass Guy?
B8 Bass, same thing.
Is he coming to you live or is he coming to you live?
These are iTunes reviews.
Yeah. This is one of my favorite podcasts. To be honest, a lot of discussions and product reviews are far beyond my understanding of guns. Dude, serious? I'm sorry, I shouldn't editorialize. Because we don't really understand what we're talking about either, so don't feel so bad.
That'll be somebody from next week's review.
On a weekly basis. I tend to prefer guns that work straight out of the box. Hey, I think we all prefer guns that work straight out of the box, don't we?
No comment.
It's definitely interesting to hear the perspective of gun owners who have experience customizing and building firearms. The hosts are extremely knowledgeable. Well, that's just maybe Tony and Chad, and quite entertaining. Tony. Honestly, they tend to be fairly ruthless in their opinion. We're not that ruthless in our opinion.
So much for not editorializing.
Yeah, no kidding.
Sorry. But I don't mind it. It's actually quite hilarious to listen to them rail against different products. This is all caps. So, can someone tell me why they still make pistols without threaded barrels? Why the hell does this one say grip zone, etc.? Okay. If I could suggest anything, it might be to give less advanced listeners a quick explanation of terminology as you introduce the products. For example, terms of RMR/RMR cut. Okay, that's a fair comment. Yeah. I am aware that I can Google stuff, but I don't want to make you dumb it down for my sake. But honestly, I am busy driving in the car in Miami traffic while listening. On that note, a good podcast is basically a godsend for my time stuck in traffic. Also on that note, if either of the Florida men find themselves near Miami, I'd love to hit the range. We really have a nice one in Kendall. Oh, hell yes! Sorry. Done. What do you want to shoot there, brother? Let me know.
So,
sorry. Can you read the next one, please?
First of all, no, I want to comment on this one.
I figured
because Rob, for one, can't read, and
wait a minute, you said you couldn't see it, so shut up, dude.
I mean, I could have read it if I could see it.
You could have read it better without being able to see it.
So I probably will never come shoot with you, and it's not because of you. It's just because of, like you say, how horrible Miami traffic is. If you've never driven in Miami, you really don't understand what he's talking about. It is the worst traffic in the entire world down there. I doubt it,
the
man.
People of New York can't figure out what bad traffic is until they go to Miami.
Hey, dude, Miami traffic is. No, I've been to New York. Trust me. No,
I've driven through Miami. Thank God, not that often, but I do it on occasion when I have to.
Miami so bad. And yeah, that actually is a fair point. I guess we probably should not just use so many acronyms and not explain what they are.
Yeah, when I read that, I'm like, well, that makes perfect sense. I'm like, man, I did like his comments about can someone tell me why people make pistols without threaded barrels, or and,
I'm pretty sure I've said that at least 4 times on the show.
And the grip zone. I'm like, this guy pays attention because Dude,
you were not that unadvanced of a reader or a firearms guy, so you know what you're talking about. I mean, those are some pretty intelligent questions.
Well, I've gotten that. We don't know. Somebody says, I like listening to the show, but I don't understand some of the words you guys use, and we apologize for that. Everyone's used to using RMR cuts and different things, and we don't realize it as we're saying it because all of us are on the same page. So hopefully we can do better and keep this in mind. Thanks, because that's called constructive criticism, and it's appreciated.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that helps because not everybody that listens, they listen because maybe they want to learn stuff and they're new.
Well, the only way you learn is to ask questions or do research, and doing your own research is good and asking questions is good. But yeah, he's right about maybe not using so many acronyms.
Okay.
No, I'm not figuring out what RMR actually means. What's up?
You want to read the next one?
Sure.
Oh, wow, this is like a 2-sentence one, dude.
I like this one. Great show. Great
Don't
show.
forget, it's by not Shane Heron.
Not Shane Heron, which means it's not Shane Heron. I really like the
Shane
show.
Heron is.
Okay. I really like the show. I appreciate everyone's input. However, I think if you swap Rob out with someone less annoying and more knowledgeable, the show would be a lot better. He is not funny, nor has a radio voice. He just repeats jokes like Zane shoots like recoil loads over and over and over. We get it. He is small.
Tony,
now,
did you do this?
He does have, however, a face for radio.
Yes, I was going to say that. He does have a face, but I didn't want to editorialize.
Well, and the funny part was this got put in here, and Rob, I think, purposely was saying stuff about Zane's light recoil loads tonight.
Actually, yeah.
Wow.
It's funny. One, YouTube is down. I told you guys that.
YouTube
is down on all platforms.
Yeah.
But the guys week before last, were really asking in the chats for us to say something about Zane and low recoil. So yeah, sometimes we say it just because the guys in the chat bring it up, and it's funny. As far as Rob not being funny, Rob's not funny.
We can't help that.
No, I'm not.
Correct.
Rob's not funny. He has a face for radio. You need to cut that out, but it's true. Rob's very knowledgeable about firearms, and Rob probably has one of the coolest collections, probably a better collection than all of us.
Probably all of us combined.
So, I mean,
the credit card bills to prove it.
Yeah, so no, I don't think Rob doesn't know anything about it. And plus, Rob has taken a lot of cool classes like his precision rifle class. So no, Rob brings a lot of stuff to the table.
Here's the bottom line. If you cut me out of the podcast, who are you going to get to do what I do for what you pay me?
That's a fair point.
Because we ain't paid nothing on this, fellers.
But hey, thanks for your feedback. I understand. And I get it. Zane is small.
Well, I tell you what, though, Shane, if you'd like to come on the podcast and you'd like to expand on your knowledge, come on.
Dude, you can totally replace
Shane.
Rob. Hold on, they can
Obviously,
totally replace Rob.
It's not Shane Heron.
Hey, whoever not Shane Heron is,
But he's not Shane Heron.
Send us an email and we'll let you on the show.
Totally not Shane Heron.
Okay.
But yeah, we appreciate all your feedback, and that's why we put it all in here, because hey, we appreciate it, so we might as well read it to other people and let them laugh and make their decisions also.
I'm not that small.
He's small.
Compared to Tony?
Yeah, well.
Oh, well, geez, that's not even fair.
I mean, what are you? A half? You're like half the way to me.
Yeah,
I graduated Marine Corps boot camp the size Zane is now.
Well, so did I.
Yeah, but I grew.
Wow.
Well, Tony, guess what? It's time for you to shine.
All right. All you losers, shut up. It's my time to shine.
Too bad. No, okay. Say questions, comments.
You guys did a great job last week. I really appreciate it. I think that was last week, right? That I was
you weren't here.
Harassing you guys from the chat. December 6th is the next diversity shoot at Woodland Park Range, or Gun for Hire Range in Woodland Park. It's called both. We're going to have some fun. We're going to have some cool stuff. We're going to have some pizza. We're going to have new guns. And we're going to have some people that haven't been there before come back. Or excuse me, we're going to have some people bring guns that have never been there before to introduce people to different types of firearms. So I can't wait. That's about it. There's no reason to keep going over it because people say I repeat myself. So again, December 6th, 6 p.m., Gun for Hire Range, new stuff. We're going to introduce new people to firearms, to New Jersey legislation, and we're also going to do just like we did last time, which was hand out paperwork for everybody to get their permitting process started in the state. So we just handed that out and was like, look, you can use it or you can not use it, but this is the first step into owning a firearm in the state of New Jersey, and why not fill it out? Having a firearms ID card can't be a bad thing, even if you're not ready to buy a firearm. I'll tell you guys right now, thanks for this. Go to our website, thediversityshoot.com. You can pick up a shirt at 1022clothing.us. For the bigger tactical operator, we go all the way up to size 6. You can go to our GoFundMe. You can donate to our Patreon. Again, all of it's called The Second is for Everyone. But I want to tell people in Jersey and people anywhere, if you have a application process to get permission to buy a firearm, go ahead and fill it out. Do not wait, because you have no idea what kind of legislation people will try to pass in the middle of the night, and then all of a sudden you're cut off. So don't wait for something like this, because you can't trust politicians to keep your rights alive. And in the middle of the night, you can just wake up and find out that you owning a gun, or you're applying for something, now it's a $500 fee, or just something ridiculous. So don't set yourself up for failure. Set yourself up for success. All right, thanks, guys. I really appreciate you giving me this time. I went a little off script there, but I thought about it because we're the state-by-state battle now, and these guys play dirty pool.
Woohoo. Great job, Tony. So, send questions, comments, or feedback to gungearreview@gmail.com. Remember to subscribe and leave us an iTunes review like these last two guys. Check out all the other shows on the Firearms Radio Network at firearmsradio.tv. Be sure to visit the Firearms Insider for reviews and industry coverage. Check us out on Facebook at /Firearms Insider. Follow us at Firearms Insider on Instagram, and thank you for listening to the largest pound-for-pound podcast on the network. And we are out.
Bye, Felicia.
That was fun. I was thinking, I was thinking, with that one review, I wonder how many people actually know what RMR stand for.
Oh, I know I don't. It's real man red dot?
No, it's rugged
Something
miniaturized reflex sight.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know what it means, and I was like, I really don't.
We all know what an RMR is, but I was thinking, I bet most people don't actually know.
Most people don't know. Most people don't know radar and sonar acronyms and not actual words. So
right,
radio.
They know what they are.
Yeah, that's true. This is true. What the heck? Don't mind me. I'm just trying to do crap, and it's not working.
Yeah, we don't pay attention either way, Zane.
Why are we still live? YouTube ain't even working.
You can I cut that off. Well,
it says
live. No, it's still live there, brother.
I see it. It says live. Stop broadcast.